What's up? So a lot of time you heard looking inwardly in this modern world where they say go forth and seek the answer, which is out there, right? But little do they know is that to discover oneself is to journey within via meditations to discover your mind process and what you came to do. What's your purpose? So when you know that you came here to do what is necessary, for many people, the answer is, how do I know what is my heroic missions? You will find your passion in what inspires you the most. With the passion, compassion towards oneself and compassion towards others, it is inevitable. Does the word inspire mean anything to you? What is your aspirations? That would inspire you, your role model, right? There's always going to be someone who's here before us that we look up upon, just like what's behind me. There's nature and there's Lord Buddha. And the word inspire, it's derived from the words in spirits. Just like when you are going out to play, you are recreating yourself in the recreations. They both have the same spelling. Now, you are inspired, right? And you never have to ask about your purpose because you already live in it. So what is the purpose? And that's the compass that will guide you to see it through. All of this is nothing more than the conscious decisions on your part to be in charge of what you're thinking. So be aware at any given moment in your life that you are always have a choice about the thoughts you think, the image you visualize, and the action you take. And you allow what's in your mind, or you can filter it. Because no one could put a thought there for you. However, when we're young and vulnerable, we watch television that's been programmed into our mind. You watch the show, they say TV programming. So that's programming within through our subconscious mind. Little did we know that when we were younger. Like Channel 9, I think that was what it was, KCTS, when we watched, all sort of televisions that played of many violence, comedies, sexuality, actions, martial arts, everything that is there, including some educations, but not all educations are made the same. There's a different level towards it. So regardless of your circumstances that you are in, find yourself in or live in it, your choice. Choose to replace disempowering, weakening thoughts with thoughts of higher frequency, spirituality, thoughts of higher spirit frequency. So don't convince yourself that you can't, or it can't be done. Or is it easier said than done? Possibly. However, anything that's worthwhile, it will take some determined grit, polishing over and over again, so the mind, the mellow mind, is just as clear as a mirror when you polish it, clean it, and wipe it off all the dirt. Your mind's likewise. It's contaminated, but you got to cleanse it, transcend it. You are in control of this, the same way you have your control of your attitude with gratitude. That's the will. It is your God-given inherited. Therefore, your thoughts determine whether you're being empowered or is it weakening you. Be strong, be bold, be courageous, strange, energetic, and self-preserving as well. Weakness, whether you're happy or sad, successful or not, everything is the thought that you can carry around with you. And that's the one thing that no one can take away from you, is the attitude that you have. Whether you are rich or poor, whether you're down, lost, or have nothing at all, is your attitude that determine your health largely by the thoughts you have, but passionate thoughts process that you think. When you shift your thoughts from a very low level of energy and take it up, ascending above the deprivations, your depersonalization of a higher frequency, soaring above it to a new horizon. So you won't go a day being thirsty. You go from weak to strong and sing along on the song of unity. It's unifications. When your thought is blaming others, that's weak, that's low, that's sad. But when you shift that thoughts to loving, trusting others, you become strong, you become bold, you become that thought status of Lord Buddha. It comes with accompanying the yin energy, the fluidity, not just the yang, the masculine, but to balance that out of the polarity. So you might as well shift those empowered thoughts at all times, knowing that it will serve you to be the best that you can be. Once you realize that, you have the power, you have the tools within your disposal, within your breath you take, that what you think about is the source that you experience of the reality right here, right now, not delaying time. And of course, the karmic will sometimes have defect. Of course, it has some defect. Of course, it has some lagging. Of course, it has some germinating process to become into reality. It takes some time. It doesn't come in an instant, unless you take the instant gratification, but then there's always consequences. So then you begin to pay more attention to what you're thinking in any given moment, because you want that attention of intentions, of the prosperity, of the happiness, of the joy, of the blessing. So look within. But you gotta ask yourself, does it feel right? Are you doing what you came here to do? The answer will be rewarding, because you will be ahead of those who have never questioned themselves. And that's your missions, the passions that inspire you the most. And what does the word inspire mean, once again? When you are in spirit, that's correct. In spirits. That's why it's spirituality, not religious or some community of whatever it is, religions. Spirit is applicable to each and every one of us who have the spirit within, as a human being, as animals, as whatever it is that you are. And that's about your purpose, driven. As human, we have the spirits. Spirit will take you there, because you live in it. And all of this is nothing more than a conscious decisions on your part to change, to recalibrate the way you think, and be aware of any given moment in your life that you always have the choice. Just remember that the choice, the thoughts, do not let it contaminate or dirt in your mind. Polish it. The malleable mind, it can absorb if you don't filter it. The same way when you filter your words, because your mind's already been filtered. Otherwise, you just let it flow. Letting flow is good at a certain time, but also there's a time when you gotta really filter it, because no one else can put a thoughts for you. They can try to inject some thoughts in you, but are you gonna allow it? Fruit, no. So regardless of anything that you are in right now, be the man or the woman that you are, and ascend the mind, and you will be the most powerful being for yourself. We are just regular human beings with their perceptions, however they perceive us, because once they get to know us, that's a different story. And when a person opens their mouth, we will know who they are, how they are, or what they are. The choice is to replace the disempowerment, weakening thoughts, more into the higher spiritual frequency, once again, that of divine human beings. That's what you are. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. Peace of mind and love of heart, baby.